How's it going, everyone? This is Mitchell Mander here, and welcome to another review of the Boruto anime. Today we're going to be covering episode 168, which involves Boruto and Sarada doing some training. Boruto training with Kakashi, and Sarada training with her father Sasuke, in order to get stronger to defeat Deppo one day. Anyways, before we get into the review, if you like this type of content, be sure to like and subscribe, as I cover the Boruto series, at least the car actuation arc of the Boruto series, on a weekly basis, and I will continue to do so as the arc goes on. And I might even continue doing episode reviews beyond the arc. So, depending on you guys, and if you guys like this type of content, I'll continue to do it. But if you're new to the channel, be sure to like and subscribe. Anyways, let's get on to that review, shall we? So what I'm going to do with this episode review is something I did with last week's episode review. I'm going to be splitting it off into every character's focus in this episode. And the main characters that we're focusing on in the episode are Boruto, Sarada, Konohamaru, and Ujino. So let's start with Boruto. So, in the beginning of the episode, Kakashi is walking around the Hidden Leaf Village, and he feels like something bad's going to happen. And, well, something bad does happen. Well, I guess I wouldn't call it bad. More of an annoyance on Kakashi's part, because Boruto shows up. He's like, "Hey, Kakashi-sensei, teach me how to do a giant Rasengan." And Kakashi's over here, like, trying to ignore him at first, but then he's like, "You know what, bud? I'll help you out with your training, but I gotta let you know something. Yeah, you can't do a giant Rasengan because you don't have the nine-tailed fox within you, so you're kind of out of luck there, bud." I don't know, I like Kakashi in this moment, but he does decide to, oversee Boruto's training, and he wants to see what his Rasengan's like currently, so Boruto produces it and uses it against the rock, which does a little damage, which is kind of funny, because he takes out a lot of opponents with Rasengan, but it only does that much damage to a little rock. But anyways, Kakashi shows off his Rasengan, and that's the extent of his power. So throughout the episode, Kakashi is basically teaching Boruto the 5, chakra natures, wind style, fire style, lightning style, those type of styles. So we know that Boruto's affinity is wind, although he used lightning style when he did the vanishing Rasengan, but we'll ignore that for right now. But anyways, Boruto is trying to infuse wind into his Rasengan, and it ends up, backfiring. It keeps repelling, and he's struggling with it, and he's getting tired towards the end of the day. And I like the scene towards the end of the episode in which Boruto talks to Kakashi, in which he talks about how he envies Kakashi, about how he went through so many difficult missions when he was the same age as Boruto. But Kakashi kind of turns it around and says, "Hey, I'm the one that's envious of you. All my teammates are dead, and I went through a lot of hardships, as we've seen in the original series." And Kakashi goes over to Boruto, and it's like, here's something for you. And Himawari actually made Boruto lunch earlier in the day. And he's like, "You got, people that love you and care for you. So I'm actually the one that's envious of you and your lifestyle. But you just need to learn what you need to do right now. Right here, right now." And he does end up giving Boruto a tip in which Naruto basically described, the change in chakra nature and fusing it into the Rasengan as like splitting himself into two. And that's when Boruto figures it out on his own, in which he gets another clone to help him out, and he creates this green Rasengan. It looks like it has an orbit around it, which is not an orbit, but a ring around it, kind of like Saturn. Looks pretty cool. But anyways, he uses it on a rock, and it does more damage than his original Rasengan, which is pretty cool. But Boruto passes out after using so much chakra in the day. Kakashi catches him. And I like this moment where Kakashi's like, Boruto's inherited Minato's, or the fourth's genius, and he also inherited his father's unpredictability. So I really like that moment. Now for Sarada's focus in the episode, she goes to her father Sasuke and wants to do some training to learn how to do the Chidori. However, Sasuke informs her that she's not ready to learn the Chidori because she only has 1 Tomo Sharingan, and you need 3 Tomo in order to control the Chidori, which, is that true? I thought Sasuke learned it under 2 Tomo. Maybe I'm wrong. Someone in the comment section down below let me know. But I'm pretty sure Sasuke had 2 Tomo when he learned the Chidori. But anyways, moving on from that. So Sasuke's, goal is right now for Sarada is to train her 1 Tomo, as it's not even fully developed yet. So they do some training, and Sasuke has Intel and Deppo, and kind of, he had that carbon ability where he had those carbon cubes that were attacking Boruto, Sarada, and Mitsuki. So he does kind of the same thing with a bunch of spears and shoots them out at Sarada, and she has to dodge them. So she keeps going throughout the episode, and she doesn't get the 2-tomo, she doesn't fully develop her 1-tomo in the episode, but it shows that she's making some progress. And obviously in the next episode, Boruto and Sarada are continuing their training. So this is only the beginning, so at least she's making a little bit of progress, and hopefully in the next episode, we might actually get to see Sarada 2-tomo Sharingan. That'd be pretty cool to see. Now on to Majino and Konohamaru's focus in the episode. It's not as big as Boruto and Sarada's, but it moves the story along, in which they're basically investigating Victor's company. So they go to the Land of Valleys to look at the medical facility. They do a tour first throughout it, trying to gather some information on it, and they eventually meet Victor. And I think it was kind of an awkward meeting, because they're like, yeah, that was part of a mission to get the Hashirama Cell, so no hard feelings, right, guys? I kind of owned you guys in battle, so yeah, no hard feelings, right? I don't know, I thought that was kind of funny. And they eventually get into a heated discussion over the Hashirama Cell, and Victor eventually tells them to leave, but he's just like, oh, do you really want to start something here and cause like a diplomatic matter? Which, of course, they don't have the permission to engage. But they eventually leave, well, or so Victor and his assistant thought they left. Konohamaru and Majino basically sneak around. They're going to do some more investigating in the medical facility. I'm wondering if they're going to be caught in the next episode or two. Not really sure, but they're sneaking around. They're trying to figure out what Victor's goal is with the Hashirama Cell, what he wants to do, because he kind of covers it up and says it's for the good of, people, for his medical facility. But we know Victor's true nature. He's very selfish, and he wants to do it only for, personal gain, and possibly to give to Kawaki. Who knows? But yeah, that's their focus in the episode. So overall, I thought this was a pretty good episode. It moves the story along. We got Boruto and Sarada training to get stronger, and they're developing in pretty good ways. We got Boruto learning a unique Rasengan, which could take Deepa by surprise, and Sarada wants to learn the Chidori. So, they're making some pretty big steps, so we could see Sarada developing 2-tomo Sharingan very soon, and she could potentially learn how to do the Chidori very soon, though I would prefer for it to be more of a surprise later on, or for her to learn it later on. But, yeah. But overall, we've had 3 solid episodes of Boruto in a row. That usually doesn't happen with the Boruto series, but all these episodes so far have been really good. It's developing the story in an interesting way, and I'm very interested to see what's going to happen in next week's episode, because that episode went from kind of to very interesting now that Deepa is being involved. So yeah, I'm excited for next week's episode now. So that's all I got for this episode review. So overall, a very solid training episode. I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. So guys, what did you think of this episode? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Post your thoughts in the comment section down below. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will talk to you all later. You all stay safe out there and have a great day wherever you're at. Bye.